It looks like there is a chance that Superman and Matt Reeves' The Batman could be connected, at least in some way, or maybe this is just a contingency plan in case they can't get The Batman Part 2 off the ground the way that they want. They could just bring it in and then they can avoid rebooting with Brave and the Bold. So let's talk about a very telling Easter egg. So as most of you know, we have heard so many times over the course of the last 2 years since the DC universe was announced to be a reboot that there were plans to make Robert Pattinson's and Matt Reeves' The Batman part of the canon of the new DCU. And then about a year after that, so about a year and like maybe 14, 16 months ago, we would hear that there were actual talks, and these were then confirmed by James Gunn and Peter Safran and Matt Reeves that they did in fact have discussions, but they decided to keep them separate. Now with the Batman Part 2 always seeming to teeter on the brink of cancellation or delays, and the DC universe wanting to get their own Batman off the ground, as one of the first films they announced was Batman Brave and the Bold, they keep pushing theirs back. So there's rumors and speculation that if Matt Reeves does in fact leave the franchise, that they're going to get a new director, bring the Batman in, technically make it the first DCU film, and then go on with it. And as fans have spotted in the new trailer, there might just be an Easter egg that confirms the existence of the Batman and those events. Now, of course, how James Gunn approaches these events and canon events is loose canon. So similar events can happen in multiple universes. Is this a coincidence or not? We don't know. But as seen in the trailer, and here's the photo, we see Superman quickly fly by this building. And it's a blink and you miss a shot. But if you freeze it and you really got to use like the highest quality asset trailer and you really need to look at it, and then we're going to zoom in for the purposes of this. The headline and the reporter is talking about how major floods are causing suffering. Now, while this isn't a direct reference to the Batman, a lot of people are taking note of how the most prominent color here is orange. And of course, that final act and a lot of the Batman is draped in, yellows, orange, and dark red. So maybe, just maybe, there's something going on in this film where there's floods and they're reporting on Metropolis, but we don't know. Maybe there's something going on in Gotham, and this is a reference to the Batman, or maybe it's something else. I do find it interesting that they're talking about these floods, and they're showing a completely different time of day. So again, whatever this is, we don't know right now. But if it was a contingency plan or something, maybe in this film, they're going to drop a hint about Gotham. Maybe they're going to mention that there's been some massive floods. And maybe people just start speculating, hey, is this talking about that? And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe their Gotham has also been hit with a flood. We don't know the status of that universe's Batman. All we've seen is a brief glimpse of him in Creature Commandos, and it's not enough to go by. So again, we don't really know, and I'm not sure if this is a direct confirmation or anything, but it's there. And if they wanted to use this as something that's like, well, look at this, we put this in here just because, and it was a contingency plan, they could. And I think that that's smart. But again, I'm not buying into this too much. Some people are like dead set on it is a direct Easter egg. To me, it's not a direct connection to it, but I can see why people want it to be. And after all, if the Batman Part 2 was going to be set in the DCU, shouldn't they just then announce that that's why it's been delayed, to take some of the pressure and rumors off of Matt Reeves? You guys get what I'm saying? Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will. And if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.